Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, we are going to create a stunning neon text effect using nothing but only HTML and CSS. So let's get started. Here we have a div element with the class attribute set to text box. There is another div element with the class attribute set to line. Similar to this line div, there is another div element with the class attribute set to layer. Next we have an h1 element with the text coding bug. Now let's add CSS. Here we have a universal selector. We set the margin and the padding to 0. Box sizing is set to border box. Now let's tell the body element. Here font family is set to sans serif. Display is set to flex. Align item and justify content is set to center. So they center the content both vertically and horizontally. Width is set to 100. Height is set to 100. Overflow is set to hidden, so that it hides any content that overflows a dimension. Margin is set to 0, so that it ensures there is no spacing, and background is set to blank. Now let's tell the text box. Here position is set to relative. Width is set to 600 pixels. Height is set to 300 pixels. Display is set to flex. Justify content and align item is set to center. Now let's style the h1. Here color is set to white. Font size is set to 64 pixels. Font weight is set to 600, so that it makes the text semi-bold. Letter spacing is set to 2 pixels, so they add between characters in the text. Next we add a text shadow effect. Here we apply a text shadow to the h1 element with multiple layers. Each layer has a different blur radius and a green color. This creates a neon-like glow effect with multiple layers of shadow around the text. Now let's style element with the class line. Here position is set to absolute. Top and left is set to 0. Width is set to 10 pixels. Height is set to 100%. Background is set to white. Border radius is set to 10 pixels, so they add round corner to the line. Z index is set to 2, so they stack the order for the element, which means it will appear above elements with a lower Z index. Next we apply a series of box shadow to the line, so that it creates a glowing effect. The shadow have a different blur radius and a green color. Next we set the animation to animate line 3-second linear infinite, so that it applies animation name animate line to the line element, so it lasts for 3 seconds, follows the linear timing function. Now let's set keyframe. At the beginning and up to 5% of the animation, the line is scaled to a height of 0, that is hidden, and positioned at the initial horizontal position. At the 10%, The line is scaled to its full height and remain to its initial horizontal position. At 90%, the line is scaled to its full height and translate horizontally to the right, effectively moving it to the end of the container. In the final 95% of the animation, the line is scaled to a height of 0 that is hidden and remains at the right and the end of its container. Now let's style the element with the class layer. Here position is set to absolute, top and left is set to 0, width and height is set to 100%, so they cover the entire width and height of its container. Background is set to black, animation is set to it named animate layer to the layer element, and the animation lasts for 6 seconds, follows a linear timing function and repeat infinitely. Now let's set keyframe. At the beginning and up to 2.5% of the animation, the layer is not translated horizontally. That means it remains at the initial position. At the 5%, the layer remains at the initial position. At 45%, the layer is translated horizontally to the right, moving it completely out of view. At 47.5% and 50% of the animation, the layers stay translated to the right. Between 50.5% and 52.5% of the animation, the layer is translated horizontally to the left, moving it completely out of the view in the opposite direction. At 55% of the animation, the layer remains translated to the left, at 95% of the animation, the layer is translated horizontally back to its initial position. At between 97.5 and 100% of the animation, the layers stay at the initial position. So that's it. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more web development tutorials.